my head. Long rest.
Here we are.
Long rest. You don't have to take a short nap.
Wait,
You might have to take a dirt nap though.
True.
so we're live, I think.
Oh yes.
You,
Oh yes.
We're
I want the
okay,
people to
everyone.
know this is what we're actually like. Yes.
yeah. So you got to see a little sneak peek behind the scenes there, and if you really got to see what the rest of it looked like, that might be more entertaining than the rest of the show. But you got a little sneak peek there here at the beginning. So
It's
welcome
mostly just
to
compliments.
True.
welcome to episode 8, which is the final in our 8-part series of Strixhaven CHAOS. And this mini-series has lived up to its name. I think that in the 7 episodes, we have rolled a combined total of 354 20s and 1s. I
Yep.
think that's the data that I saw a little earlier.
Seems legit. Yep.
And so it's been something like that. I'm not using too much hyperbole, but thank you so much for being on this journey with us. I can't wait to see what happens to our Strixhaven students here in this finale. And so we are going to get right into the action here. I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves. But before I do, just want to make sure that everyone remembers next week we are going to be on the air streaming at the same time on this channel on the same day. And so next Tuesday, it will be, March the 8th. Yeah, March the 8th. We are going to have episode 0 of our recently announced Children of Erte, ran by the incredible Deborah Ann Wall, and it's going to feature many of the people here on this stream. It's going to be a ton of fun. We are just giddy. Cannot wait to see what happens there. So next week during episode 0, you're going to get to see a little bit of a sneak peek with Deborah kind of explaining some of the setup and also some of the house rules that she has. What to expect. We're going to talk about the format of the show. So all kinds of things that we're going to be going through in episode 0, and then join us on the Ides of March for episode 1. That's March 15th for anyone who has not read Julius Caesar. But ultimately, that is going to be our first episode where this incredible crew of characters comes together and we see where the story takes us. Can't wait for that to happen. So keep that in mind over the next couple of weeks. Exciting times happening. But now we turn all of our attention over to what is going on with Strixhaven CHAOS. I am Adam Bradford, the CDO at Demiplane. You can find me on Twitter at BadEyeAdam, and we're going to go around and Hope you're first on my screen.
Okay. Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at the Hope LaVelle. Today I am playing Impa Gravestone, your friendly Luxodon cleric.
Sorry, there was a lot of noise going on here, and I was trying to stay muted a little bit longer. All right, and so now we've got Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on Twitter as @DreamWisp. You can find me on Twitch as DreamWispJen. Today, I am playing Niko Flux, your friendly Harengon Circle of the Land Druid. And this is all very exciting.
And Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me on Twitter as OboLauren. You can find me here right now playing Malinky Kamenik. I might not have any feathers, and I might be almost dead, but I'm still here for you. Me and the Light Posse. Let's go.
Excellent. And without further ado, turning it over to you, B. Dave.
It is I. Hello, B. Dave Walters. Strixhaven. Again, this has been an incredible campaign. This book is magnificent. The whole story that unfolds in it is magnificent. Again, I started off by joking, saying this was the Cliff Notes of it, but honestly, that doesn't even do it justice. This is almost the Twitter thread version of what is in this book. Highly, highly, highly recommend if you ever get a chance to play Strixhaven at your table that you absolutely do.
Also, I have to mention, I love that it almost looked like you did a magic trick and just pulled that book out of nowhere. I know it just came from off screen, but for whatever reason, the way you did it this time was very much like,
there it is. Well, yeah, you don't even know. You know who knows?
He just keeps it in his robe.
Yeah.
It looks so beautiful on screen, too. Like, it looks all textured and gorgeous. And
do you mean the book of my robe?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, yes, exactly.
Both.
Yeah. It's I, being an absolute snob, always show the special edition of everything because that's who I am on an intrinsic level. But yes, highly, 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 highly recommended Strixhaven. I've had to trim so many parts of this for our 8-episode adventure here, up to and including some what's going to happen here tonight. So don't feel, even if you watch this show, that you've had anything spoiled. You might have gotten a couple of high notes. I assure you, there is a lot you didn't find out about. But that being said, let us rejoin our intrepid heroes here on the first day of their final year at Strixhaven. You all returned to campus to find everybody basically in a dull mood. It seems that Mergaxor had stepped up his hostilities, and it became clear that whatever he was doing was moving into the end game. You all found out that over the last couple of years, he has been slowly and systematically corrupting and polluting almost everything at Strixhaven. The food you've been eating, the clothes you've been wearing, the furniture that you've been using. And every student now, including each of you, is somehow bound to a life-draining ritual that Mergaxor was in the process of performing. Mavinda Sharkbeak, the same Mavinda Sharkbeak, the Owlin professor that met you on your very first day, appealed to all of you to help because Mergaxor has been planning this for 200 years. He's thought of everything. He had erected magical wards that would stop any of the Strixhaven faculty from being able to interfere with him or attack him, but he had not accounted for you. You all were promised that if you complete this mission, if you save the school, you will graduate with honors without having to go to class, and your legend will last for all time. You descended out into the ruins underneath the detention bog. A lot of swampiness in this. Like the Witherbloom, they really need to go and check out what's going on out just there. But in the process of fighting your way down, you encountered Edemi, who is an Auric blood mage. After a pitched battle, a newly shape-shifted Theo turned into a crab, grabbed her and pinned her under the water and threatened to drown her, to which she said, "Okay, you got me. I give up. What would you like to know?" And now we restart our story with Theo in crab form, having this blood mage in his pinchers, and she clearly is now willing to cooperate. I reiterate that honestly, you should just Google the Auric blood mages. It's ORIQ. They just look really, really cool, honestly. But she is a humanoid of some sort, but all the Auric blood mages wear these masks that cover their faces that are almost crystalline in appearance and resonate with a purple glow that is the same kind of resonance that she glowed with when she was casting her magic spells at you. What would you all like to do?
Mal's still
Oh.
out, so I would like to go over and heal my dear friend Mal.
Yes, he's not looking so good over there, is he?
No. Let's
Can
get
I
it.
be
Let's
healed?
get some-
I know the next time I am not able to be healed just yet, but are we like out of initiative or? Are we...
Yes, the fight is essentially over after a few seconds. Essentially, you would be able to be healed again. That is a particularly nasty byproduct of Auric blood magic. Is you cannot heal the wound she inflicts, but only temporarily.
So would a say how you're completely out, correct?
Actually, I'm going to say that she sort of like looks you in your multiple crab eyes, Theo, and she says, "Okay, here's a sign of good faith." And she does motion, and you see that reddish glow around Mal just dissipates. And she's like, "There you go. You can heal him now. I hope his feathers grow back. That's not a good look for
Don't
what do I
judge
know?
my friend's style.
I mean, but look at me. My fashion is immaculate, though. But fine. No, please help him. Yeah. I will say, actually, Impa, give me either perception or religion, whichever's higher.
I will do religion, and it is a 12.
Impa, you just get a sense. Obviously, as a grave cleric, you have an innate sense of life and death. but it seems like something is keeping Mal here. Like, he's not slipping away like you might expect.
Oh, wait, where are we again? We're in like a...
You are down in a cave. You basically came down here looking for Mergaxor. He was not here. You found a lot of his ritual writings and planning. This is where he planned the ritual, but he left, and one of his lieutenants was still here. He's at the ruins of Cairdoon. Yep.
Have you enchanted this place? What sort of magic is this?
Oh, that's going to be part of the ritual that has already started. It's a ritual of immortality, so even dying is more difficult now. That means it's working. Yes.
So if we were to say eliminate that, would that be a thing that could be helpful to us? Like,
If you
to
were
get rid of that magic?
if you were to stop the ritual, I mean, I don't know why you would want to do such a thing, but
You said that you would tell us everything, and we would like to know how to stop the ritual and where to go, and we need to know it right now.
I'm gonna go slip a healing potion over to Mal.
Right. When you do come to, Mal, your feathers come back bright and fluffy.
Hey, what was in that potion? That was amazing. Who do I need to stab? Who was stabbing? I was stabbing someone? Yes, and I fell over.
Right now, the stabbing might not be so effective. And also, just calm down for a second. You were just knocked out and probably almost dead, but there was some magic that kept you here, and we've got to now worry about the immortality thing. It's a whole deal.
Wow, I was out for a while. What? Okay.
You all should really thank this one. She just points at Theo in his crab form. It's without him, I think your destruction was surely imminent. Bravo, young crab, bravo. And she does like rub you on the head, even though you're like holding her. He does rub you on the head.
Theo is staying in crab form because he is definitely afraid if he gets out that she is just going to split. And so he is going to try to start communicating through clacking in Norse code. But nobody probably understands that. It's something
like runic?
We do have the telepathic link, I think.
We do have the telepathic link.
You can still
excellent. So he's still doing Norse code because it is something he studied and he has to use what he studies. But he's simply saying crab form cannot come out. We need to get this information before she tries something else tricky.
And Mal's going to say this out loud and also in the psychic link, but say, Rumi, you're amazing! I'd hug you, except you'll like, I don't know if you want to, like, the feathers are new. I don't want to lose them right away.
No.
Don't just want to trim?
I mean, maybe later.
Again, you couldn't hear me a moment ago. Definitely stick with the feathers. I understand that fashion is risk, but I don't think the other thing you were doing...
Listen, I still think that the reason I lost the feathers is because of whatever really creepy stuff is going on here where all the students are getting poisoned and we're all going to die. And I'm sticking to that no matter how many times people tell me that I shouldn't have bought that dye.
And also, clearly, they grow back. So.
Well, yeah, but, you know.
Style can change, like everything.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm willing to trade, friends.
Hang on, you didn't offer a trade. You said you would tell us everything. Is there now there's a contingency here?
Tell her that we are trading her life.
Yeah.
I pull out both my swords again.
I mean, come now, friend
We're trading
Alan. That didn't really work out that well for you last time. Okay.
Tell us what you know.
Listen. We've been working on this a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've already told you where Mergaxor is performing the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even tell you when he's going to perform it. That you can have just in exchange for my life. But
you
in
said
exchange,
it already started, so is the answer to that now?
It takes some time. But in exchange for my freedom, I will tell you how to circumvent his numerous guards, both living and unliving. He even has a fiend over there, multi-armed, multi-eyed. It's a terrible thing. I will tell you how to get past all of that straight to Mergaxor himself. Oh,
Oh, that-
and just as a added bonus, I give you my word that I will not harm anyone in Strixhaven when I leave.
oh.
That's a possibly
Very
worthy
Mhm.
trade.
generous.
Yes, all right, all right. You have a deal. Let's hear it.
Wait, she does extend her hand to you, Impa. She's
Okay.
like, I mean, a Loxodon's word has to mean something, right?
Oh, yes, of course. It absolutely does. And she'll take the hand.
And she does shake it. And she's like, uh, don't suppose, show of good faith, you'll let go of me, or is that not,
No.
Fine.
Answers first. Then we'll see what we
Yes.
do.
He is in the ruins, but he is below the ruins. I will tell you how to circumvent the defenders. He raised a number of the dead there. His ritual had to take place somewhere where a great massacre had occurred, which, Theo and Impa, you both know the ruins of Caradorn are the site of a legendary battle. Hundreds of people died there. And he's like, he needed the ambient necromantic power, and a delightful byproduct of that is the dead rose and kind of felt a sense of allegiance to him. And he can be very persuasive, especially when he's offering immortality. The ritual has already started down below. It takes a week to complete, so he's close, but you have a little time, especially if you want to perhaps rest first because you're looking a little you might want to face him with full power. I myself, of course, very interested in his immortality, because then that sets the stage for my immortality, but it doesn't really make sense to get killed here in the pursuit of immortality. So there's that.
Can I insight all of that?
You absolutely can.
Ugh. You know, when you come back from the dead, you're just suspicious of everybody. I got a 9.
May I also?
Yeah, of course.
I am waiting. There we go. Never mind. That would be a natural 1. I got no clues. Here we go, kids.
I leave it up to you whether or not that means this seems legit or not legit.
I don't trust her no matter what she says.
That's it's always weird with insight. I'm like, is a failure or a success mean you do or don't believe them when you should or shouldn't believe them? I'm like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
No, but she says
She's saying a lot of words about stuff.
right. She does say, to be quite honest with you, it will be quite difficult for you to defeat him. He is very powerful. He has thought of everything. I guess he didn't think of this, but he's thought of everything else.
Was that Theo trying to tell us something, or you just needed to stretch out your crab arms for a second?
Right, so you
Well,
did
if there's-
mention that you're going to tell us how to get past all of the things.
Yes, I will. But you've got to let me go first.
All right, Theo, I think it's time.
In the telepathic bond, you hear Mal say, "I haven't promised anything."
I haven't.
Does Theo
either.
let her go?
Do I let her go or
Yes.
what?
Let us.
I always listen to Impa, and then Theo breaks concentration on the spell, comes out of polymorph.
You turn back into a Leonin? Yeah.
Yes.
She just looks at you and she's like, I've seen a lot of things in my time. That was a first, but a deal is a deal. And she does motion her hand, and you see where those blood and tentacles that are still on the floor, you guys are just kind of out of reach of them, kind of break down into a pool and then flow over towards the wall and up the wall. And a moment later, a passageway opens. And she says, this is how Mergaxor and I travel back and forth. The others will not know of it.
And what about Vargas? I point to the flaming skull that was my character for a brief moment in time.
He's like, yeah, what about me? Can I get restored to life? Can I go back to Strixhaven? And she just looks at him and she's like, I did not do this to you, friend. Your fate is your own.
Don't worry, we will avenge you.
And also, we'll get you back to Strixhaven where there's people who can, I think, put your head out and put you back in a new body.
At least talk to you on a regular basis.
It's just, honestly, I think he's been done a service. First of all, he's going to live forever, probably. He's gotten great magical power. This is not terrible. I mean, of course, yes, you were a half elf and full of
Itty
like
bitty
arms
living
and
space.
legs and lungs, but yeah, exactly. But what do I know?
Did you just? I mean, I know I'm kind of new at the whole consent thing, but did you ever actually get the whole talking to about consent?
I didn't do this to him. I'm just saying I think it's an objective improvement.
And you're working with a guy who's trying to kill like all of Strixhaven in order to be what, immortal?
I'm working with a guy that wants to be immortal and maybe killing a lot of people. The Strixhaven is a necessary component to that process. I mean, if you think about it from our perspective, they're all gonna die eventually anyway. So why not die a little sooner so that something good can come from it?
You know what? I agree. And unless somebody stops me, I'm gonna stab her.
I will stop you.
Okay. I see Impa. I see Impa move. I go to move and I see her shudder a bit, and I will stop and I'll say, yeah. You know what? That's the first thing we agree upon. It's probably a good thing that she's here. And I'll look over.
I'm glad that a deal is a deal, young Loxodon. I would have hated to have given your Owlin friend another taste of death quite so soon.
Or at least lost his feathers.
So, I suppose that we'll trust you and that this door is not going to eat us alive.
Do we want to go back to school? This is over the link to talk to the teachers or our friends.
Teachers
They
don't
are
know
completely
anything.
useless.
They're useless. What do you think they just
I
sent
mean,
up
they
for
might
just
know.
to-
Like, we haven't had to ask about history before.
I know more about history than any of the faculty.
You probably do, yes.
But what about some of our friends who say work in the library?
I mean, your
No.
friends are all going to be dead if you don't stop Mergaxor in time.
You just said we
so
had
I don't-
time.
But I don't know that you've got time to like traipse back to campus and like go have coffee with friends.
Traipse is a
And-
good
no,
word.
No, what I meant is you have some time to rest. You can rest in shifts. I will even stay here as while you rest, unless you'd like me to go, so that you know I can't possibly have alerted anyone, and then you can be on your way.
Are you going to keep the doorway open?
Yes, I can do it at will.
In the telepathic link, Mal says, I am not going to stand to have her around when I have the opportunity to stab her. We get what we get from her, and then I will continue to be a good person as long as y'all are here. But otherwise, no, she needs to go.
Well, I wonder if we should rest here or try to find shelter on the other side of this door, which will probably be extremely hard.
Probably safer here without I mean, no offense, but undead roaming around.
Then
Right?
let us rest quickly.
Impa, you see, she does walk up to you very slowly, and she sort of looks you up and down, and she says, you study the mysteries of life and death, right?
I do.
What if I were to tell you that there are a great many truths that they are not telling you at Strixhaven?
Well, I suppose.
Aspects of magic, of time, space, life, and death that could be yours to command. And when she says that, that purple glow starts in her hand, like she's just holding it upwards.
Oh, that's
Yes.
curious.
She reaches in her robes and she pulls out just a red stone, which you immediately know is a sending stone.
Hmm.
And she hands it to you, Impa. She's like, if you ever have any questions, no pressure, I will tell you everything they're not.
Really?
And make sure you ask how many people you got to kill in order to have that power.
And she just sort of looks at you for a moment, and she just says to you, Impa, very quietly, she's like, we already know death isn't the end, right?
Right.
Impa, have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
I
was
mean,
in
yes,
some
it is.
book that I read in the
It's a
library.
fairy tale.
I
no,
knew it
listen,
was a
Story
bad idea.
we tell children at night so they don't
Yeah.
become warlocks.
Excuse me, how dare you? No, that is a formative narrative that is pivotal to a proper magical upbringing.
I knew-
Absolutely, but Niko thinks it's a fairy tale because Theo
I knew it
would
was
tell
a-
it to her at night to try and scare her.
It was a bad idea to steal that book from the library for you, Theo. I shouldn't have broken the fourth wall for you, but I did because you're my roomie, but I'm never doing it again.
Unlimited power.
Itty bitty living space.
Here's a question. Oh, should I speak into the stone?
Well, no, I'm still right here.
Okay, right. How does one kill someone who is practically immortal? Maybe not immortal yet, but there must be some extra immortalness to them. I mean, how does one do it?
Cut off the head normally works.
Okay.
I
Give
look
me-
at our flame skull friend.
Give me persuasion, Impa.
Maybe not always.
Nope, that's not happening. It's a 2.
You see, she sort of just like looks at you for a moment, and she does just kind of like caress your face for a second, and she says, I will not interfere, but that also means I will not interfere. Our
She
deal
also-
is negotiated. Assisting you in this was not one of the terms.
And she walks up and does the face caressing, which is oh so sweet. Mal's gonna pick her pockets.
Yes.
Nice.
Give me your sleight of hand here.
That's a 28. She might not be talking, but I'm gonna be taken.
May I
Uh,
help distract her so that Mal can certainly
You can.
do this.
Yes, you can.
Does that give me advantage or her disadvantage? Because I was banking on the I'm gonna be tender with our locks done for a moment.
Well, it so happens that it's kind of a push. I'm just trying to think what she would have.
I mean, at this point, I don't care if it's like her lucky rabbit's foot. I'm feeling petty.
Her house keys.
She
Yeah.
has a textured robe.
you know,
Lots
I'm
of
really
blood.
talented, but I've yet to be able to actually steal the clothing off anyenyone's back. I
You
know a
Hides books
guy.
in there.
Also, she
there's still time. You what you get from her is she has a rose from the rose stage at Strixhaven. Did you know she would have been a performer on the stage to have gotten it?
Okay. I'm not going to examine it right now because Mel
Mhm.
knows better than to be like, oh, look. But for later purposes, do I know, is this like a magic item or is this just something sentimental?
It seems sentimental.
Okay.
And she does have, some material components and whatnot that any spellcaster would kind of have on their person.
Oh, I'm taking those just so that it limits what she can cast when she leaves, for sure. Also, I can always use some material components. I'm bad about that. Okay, rose. This won't.
All right.
Mal knows it won't stop her, but if she, goes for that back one, there's not going to be a fireball coming our way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, take it. It's in my pack. I'm backing away.
When you back away from her, Mal, she turns and she just looks straight at you. She didn't say anything. She didn't do anything. She just looks right at you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she saw me with blindsight from
The next room, she knew you were
before.
there. Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Even when you were invisible. She says, fine. I think you should probably sleep. Who's taking the first watch? Impa, if I very much look forward to your watch so that we can discuss things more in depth.
No, you're not staying here while we're sleeping.
Oh? No.
I
Oh,
am very tired,
Would you-
so I am not
Would you-
taking the first watch.
should I just
Yes.
She stops and she looks at all of you and she says, you may not believe me when I say this, but good luck.
You told us you were going to tell us how to get past the undead and the multi-eyed
It
creatures.
leads right through the door.
She
Just the passage. That's all we need.
just straight through. Mm-hmm.
It's like
Otherwise,
a
you would
town
have had to
portal.
go.
I read about those in the library as well.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have to go over land, and there's the fortress, and there's the whites, and there's the fiend. Do be mindful of the fiend. Like if you emerge victorious in all of this, and that will be quite an achievement. Don't think, yay, everything's fine, and come up the stairs because so many arms.
Got it.
Okay. Okay.
And she hits a very deep curtsy, and she's like, until next time, adventurers. And she wheels and walks out. And she's like, Skull, would you like to come with me? I might be able to help somehow. And Vargas looks, he's like, no, I want to help Strixhaven. She's like, and she walks away.
Are there any animals about, rats, cockroaches,
Bear cave.
flies?
There was a crab just now.
There was, but I like you, Theo, and I wasn't going to send you away. I was going to go find something to follow her, go deliver a message or something.
I do believe you guys are not trusting her enough when, while she did really hurt us and almost kill you, she also could have continued to kill us, and she didn't. So,
Well, that's because I was going to drown her in a horrible way.
doesn't mean she could have changed her mind when she was no longer in the water. I say that we rest and we just get ready for what's ahead of us.
So, a couple of things that I would like to do this evening before sleep, if that's possible. One is I would like to use divination.
Okay.
So Niko goes and starts, pulls a little bit of incense out of her pack and takes out a really intricately shaped fractal gem, and begins to sort of move with the rhythms of nature. And that sounded really weird, but
I'm with it, though.
Waves and such. But I would like to ask, what can you tell us that will aid us in our fight against Merxagor, whatever. Merxagor, right?
Look up divination here.
So
Yes,
it's
so-
the DM needs to the reply may be a short. The GM offers a truthful reply. The reply may be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen.
And your question is, what do you need to know to defeat Margaxor?
Yes. What can this entity tell us to aid us in our fight against Margaxor?
Breaking him is not the only way to win.
Okay.
Does that just get you the one question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think so.
Divination, and then if you cast it more than once, there's a compounding percentage that it won't work at all. Also, on an unrelated note, in our other chat, I'm putting a picture of the multi-armed fiend. So many arms.
And it's an odd number of arms too, which
yeah,
is
that's more unsettling, honestly, that it is an odd number of arms. Yes.
It would be really helpful to have a stomach arm, though. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, it's
or
true.
a back arm.
See, I
It's
want
like,
a back arm, just like,
you
high
drop
five.
food,
Yeah,
and
right.
it
Catch it.
Yep.
starts bouncing down, and you
Yep.
like catch it. So.
Yep. Not sharing this with the rest of you. You'll see it when you play Strixhaven.
Does Niko share that with us?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Anything
then
else?
yes, there's one other thing, which is when I take my watch, I would, if assuming I am on a different watch from Mal.
You can be if you intend. Yep.
I would like to I take out a handful of sand and I take out a bottle of ink, and then I pluck a feather off of Mal.
you could just ask.
It
I'm
has to
asleep
be
at this
plucked
point, yeah.
from a sleeping bird.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, to cast
I
dream.
mean, to say that's oddly specific, but yes,
It's
okay.
oddly specific, but it's
Mhm.
for a reason.
Mhm.
And I would like to go into Drazimir's dreams to communicate with Drazimir. And when I get there, I'll say, "It's not that kind of dream. I just need to talk to you.
This is okay.
Just it's important. I promise it's me."
It's getting moist in here.
This is not at all. But I mean, I've had this dream a number of times, but you usually don't talk to me. Yeah,
That's why this one is different. So let's just it's important though.
Yes.
So here's the deal.
Yes.
We are heading to the ruins of Cardoon. That's where, Mergaxor is doing some ritual. Things are like living in this weird stasis between death and undeath and life. It's very strange. He has fiends and all sorts of things. And there's some ritual. It takes a week to complete. Do you know anything? Have you read about anything that you can think of? Can you, is there anything you can give us that might help? And if not, can you please rally whoever you can who might have information or might be able to help us and get it to us?
Normally, this is when we start flying in a giant library.
Like I said, it's not that kind of dream.
Oh.
This one's real. I promise.
Assuming it is real. Hi. That means
Hi.
you came to me for okay. Well, it's difficult.
I like
to
your
access-
pajamas. They're very nice. I don't know why you imagine yourself in your pajamas in your dream, but hey,
Well, I imagine myself in pajamas. I thought you'd like in my
Well,
dream.
then you should
It's
wear
a textured
pajamas all the
robe.
time. If it makes you
It's-
this confident, it's a good look.
But also it is a dream. So
You're so
yes,
you look so tall and handsome.
your flower looks so very nice
Oh,
in
thank
your hair. Also,
Thank you.
I like
We
your-
have to do work. This is
right. Yes.
urgent.
We're saving everyone. I'm having some difficulty thinking because it is a dream. But what you told me, there would be a number of undead. There would be a number of elementals. You must be very careful when you approach the fortress. I've been there. Terrible place, very haunted. Remember something. This is important. And he reaches out and takes your hand in his like giant minotaur hand, and he says, "Rituals are very precise. If this one takes a week, then it must work in a certain manner. If you disrupt the ritual, you might be able to stop whatever he's doing, even if you haven't stopped him." How long does this last? Can we fly in the library?
It lasts for up to 8 hours.
Oh,
Will you enter a trance state? Yeah. There's a trance state thing happening. So 8 hours. It's while they're asleep, I guess.
I mean,
We fly. I actually have to go sleep now, though. So this.
aren't you sleeping now? If we're,
I'm not.
You're,
I'm not. I'm actually, doing the spell thing and going through time and space and reality, because we bend those things when it's how the brain synapses work. And
Niko,
those pajamas really are working for you.
Niko, you catch a reflection of yourself in a mirror in his imagination, and you're basically perfect. Like everything about you is absolutely flawless.
You know I don't look like that, right?
I mean, you do to me. You like adjust his glasses slightly.
Niko's entire everything just goes bright red.
Yeah. And he just says, "I will do what I can to warn everyone here, but if all of our lives are in your hands, I will sleep peacefully tonight."
Thanks, Drazimir. And I turn to leave, and then I go, one other thing. And I go, I plant one on him.
And then everything in him turns bright red. The sun comes out, birds start singing, a rainbow stretches across the sky, and then you are back in the
And
cave.
then I say, more on
okay.
that later. And I head out.
Right. And you just leaving a very tongue-tied young minotaur as you make your way back into the cave. Does anyone do anything else before? Yes, Mal.
Yeah. Mal is he's going to be standing in front of the portal for a pretty long time. And then look over at Impa and go, hey, Impa, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes, of course.
And he's going to reach into his bag and pull out that rose that he stole and hold it up and say, I got a little heated with that person, the one who tried to kill us. But I also stole this off of her.
Oh.
I don't think it's magic or anything.
I mean, I think that it was probably magical to her, or she wouldn't have kept it all this time.
Yeah, well, she tried to take my life, so I figured I'd take her stuff. Seems not to have worked as well as I thought. Anyway, I also took a component pouch. Did you want her component pouch? I don't know. It's my way of saying sorry, is giving you the thing that I stole from her.
Fair enough.
Theo, maybe? Do you need any of those?
I could certainly look through them and see if they would be of some kind of use. I can take a look at the rose and see if there is anything indeed special about it.
On a meta level, she's a warlock, so they travel light because they do like 2 or 3 things. But it's kind of what she has.
Theo would just go through and identify ritual before he goes to sleep, just to see if anything's going on with the rose. But he's skeptical.
And while he's doing that, so I'll kind of hand that off and then look back at Impa and go, "Can I get your help for a second? I want to try something."
Yes, my help. Yes, what can I do?
It's not much. I just need you to make sure that my body doesn't go wandering off while I do this. You okay if I touch your shoulder?
Oh yes, I mean if you can. I'll get real low.
Oh yeah, well I was gonna fly up there, but you know what? I'll kneecap. Then you can just be standing there, and I'm gonna hold onto her knee, and in my other hand, I'm gonna call out Clyde, one of my fireflies. And I say, all right, Clyde. Really important mission. It's really important, super important. This could be real dangerous, but I trust you. And I'm gonna cast Beast Sense, which basically means I turn my beast into a familiar. I can look through their eyes and I see through their senses, and I'm going to tell Clyde the lightning bug to fly through the portal so that I can see what's on the other side before we get there. It lasts for an hour for concentration, but Mal will be unable to see or hear anything while he is in his firefly as it goes.
Farewell, Clyde. I never knew you.
You very much see, Clyde's firefly chest kind of expands with pride, they've given this important mission.
A Clyde of pride. A pride of Clyde.
Yeah,
Colonel Clyde after this one.
Clyde, yes. And flies down the portal. The issue is, it is about a mile, and he's a firefly, so I don't know if a firefly can fly a mile in an hour.
I mean, probably not, but even if I can just get a general area.
But what I will say, go ahead and roll perception for me. Okay. You can roll with advantage because this is a long trip.
Yeah.
But this is Clyde the Glide.
I mean, it is.
This is Colonel Clyde.
Colonel Clyde, yeah. He's 18. He's a stealth firefly.
He's turned his lights off for this.
It's true. He's dark mode. Yeah.
Choose to fly.
Yeah, exactly. He's not out here to anybody. Yeah.
Colonel Clyde of the Bemalian. Sixth Bemalian.
As far as you see, it is what she says it is. It is dark, but every once in a while there are sconces that are just glowing with fire. You suspect it's probably a continual flame. But at least he doesn't see anything dangerous, hostile. I mean, again, he's a fly, so he doesn't step. If there was a pressure point trap or something, he wouldn't know. but it does look, as she said, like a secret passage between two locations, and the connection does give out before he gets there, though.
Okay. The instruction would have been when it was getting close to come back through the portal. So I will come back to myself and look over at Impa and relay everything that I saw through Clyde, and then go, okay, now the important part. I'm going to stand there until Clyde comes back.
He does. I know.
Yay! You made it. It's going to be, what's after Colonel? I don't know. Is it Admiral? Is it General? Major?
To be an admiral, you have to command multiple ships.
Multiple ships, yep.
Hey, listen, quick, posse, formation 342. And they're going to go into the air and make the shape of a boat. I'm going to go, I can make all the boats we want.
He points.
All right, hold on. Let's think about this for a second. No, that way. And it's going to split into two smaller boats.
He motions over his little firefly head like he wants a big hat.
Listen.
I can help with this, and I can druid craft you a little. I take one of the petals off of my flower, and I'll use druid craft to shape it into a little itty bitty firefly hat, and I'll hand it over.
Clyde will come flying on over, and
he glows 3 times brighter when he gets his admiral hat.
It's quite dapper on you.
I'm impressed because you know what the important part is. You did your mission, but you came back alive. So, all right, posse. All right, thank you, Impa. I appreciate it.
He actually flies up into your face, Mal, and he kind of like holds you by the beak, and he points at you, and he points down to the floor where you were laying in this room, and he points back at you, and he's like,
I mean, yeah, it's not like I wanted to. Things got bad. It was my fault. I'm not saying, I know it scared you. It scared everybody. But look, I got feathers back now. And I'll puff out so that all the lightning bugs can come back into their spaces.
They do. Anything else before you sleep? Perfect. The night does pass uneventfully. No one disturbs your rest on any of your watches. You can't necessarily say if it's daytime or not because you're deep underground, but you sleep and wake up rested. And here is this cave. Then on the other side, more Gaxor awaits.
I've got health again. Yay.
Oh, yes. Full long rest.
Is there anything we can do to prepare ourselves before we head through?
Well, it's about a mile. So I will say you will have an opportunity, like if you're going to like buff or anything, you will have a chance to do that like before you face him. Because it is a bit of a haul through a hall. So, but yes, you would have the opportunity to.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Are we trying once we get close for the stealth approach? Or are we going in guns blazing?
Stealth is entirely overrated. It takes too long. I say that we just go in guns blazing.
Or we could do the thing where Theo and I go in guns blazing, and you guys sneak around.
We stampede.
Divide and conquer. Okay, yeah.
That works too.
Let's go.
Do we have any plan on disrupting this ritual or reordering this ritual or
Yes.
Normally when you kill the enactor of the ritual, it stops the ritual.
You guys take
in this case that may not be the case because we can't actually kill anybody right now because there's this weird stasis between life and death thing that's happening.
Stop him from performing his duties then.
Yes.
What was that you were about to say, Impa? Sorry.
Just, if you guys distract him, I could find a way to destroy the ritual if it comes down to it, which I do think is very important that we do find a way to disrupt this, as Niko said, we life, death, this weird thing going on right now. So yes, we absolutely need to disrupt this thing.
I think just like there are going to be some of us who are going to be sneaky and some of us are going to be loud. I think when we get there's going to be some of us who are going to be well positioned to disrupt rituals, and there are going to be some of us who are just going to be stabbing people. And we all know what we're good at. And I think a pronged approach is good. See, Impa, I was listening when you were
But
talking
how
about
are you going to disrupt the ritual, Impa? Just stampede or like?
Yeah, most likely, yes. You know,
Um,
if there's components on
really-
the ground or things, I can just push them and just stomp on them. You know, things that Luxodons are good at.
I
I mean,
assume you all are having you're walking and talking here.
oh yeah, we're totally
Um,
Aaron Sorkining this thing.
if you would, Niko,
Yes.
give me either nature or survival, whatever is higher. And Impa, give me religion. Actually,
20
Impa, oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
22 survival, and also I can throw a pass without trace on us before we start moving, or while we're moving,
If you'd like to, that's fine.
if necessary. If we don't,
It's not that. It's more of a sense. As you're walking through this hallway, you get the distinct sense that just like nature's not doing too good here, Niko. It's just like the plants just don't feel healthy. It just the vibe is not pleasant.
is there anything I know of, a way to help heal that, to help that recover, or
Theoretically, stop whatever he's doing. You know that it's like
I
the
really
life's
don't like
coming
this
out of the
place.
land.
This is just really.
Impa.
I mean,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Niko.
no, go ahead. It's fine.
Impa, for you, you don't even have to roll, especially with your eyes of the grave and your just innate sense of things. As you're moving, Demi basically she told you right that you are aware of like teeming masses of undead. That not just that you yourself are especially qualified for to recognize ghosts. That I mean, of the hundreds and hundreds of people that died here, many of them are still here, and many of them are up walking around now.
Oh, so unnatural.
You don't feel like they're in this cave, but it's the balance has very much been disrupted around this place. However, you all do, as you make your way through the tunnel, eventually you start to see a brighter source of light up ahead, which is the other end of the tunnel, which theoretically is going to put you out where Margaxor is. So what would you like to do? Actually, all of you give me perception checks.
Okay. Hey, that's a roll 24.
24.
23.
23, 24.
12.
12.
2 12s. Yep.
Yeah, you're listening to ghosts right now. You know what I mean? They're way more
We're stampeding.
way off in the distance. You do hear chanting of some sort, Niko and Mal. It sounds nonsensical, and every once in a while, just but it's ritualistic, but what he's saying doesn't make sense. The same way none of this has made sense all along.
I'm assuming we got the telepathic bond up. So in the telepathic bond, do any of you have I don't know what it's called, but every once in a while my prattering would get too much for some of my teachers, and then all of a sudden they'd cast a spell, and then like it doesn't matter how loud I was talking, no one could hear me anymore. I just got like real quiet.
You mean silence?
Yeah.
Most spells are not named that creatively, actually, Mal. It's normally, if it creates silence, it's probably called silence.
That's good to know. That's good
Fireball,
to know.
Fireball.
I mean, maybe it's your spells.
Chill touch
daylight?
is never chilled nor a touch. Yeah.
Daylight doesn't produce daylight.
Daylight doesn't produce actual daylight. That one is a bit confusing.
Well, I mean, that sucks for you, because my spells are things like Zephyr Strike and Searing Smite and Wind Wall, and I got super cool stuff, but that's a later. We can talk about that later. Yes, so silence. Would that disrupt the ritual?
I suppose so, yes, but does anybody have it?
No, that's why I was asking all you.
I definitely have it, but I do not have it prepared. And it seems like going into this situation, that is something that we probably should have done.
Yeah, but we didn't know what the ritual was going to involve. So, all right.
Well, most rituals have some kind of vocal component. So Probably oversight on my part. So I apologize on behalf of all wizards everywhere for this amazing blunder of lack of
Theo,
preparation.
you can't take responsibility for all wizards everywhere. That's just not something you can do. You can only be responsible for your own actions. So
Well, I also think that your own actions will be to quiet the people doing the ritual in the old-fashioned way. And I would like to pull my swords and say,
Stampede.
well, you want to give the sneaky of us like a 10-second head start to go be sneaky? Because we got to be slower when we're sneaky.
I'm down with all of that.
Yes, you can go.
All right. Niko, we go in stealth mode?
let's go. So I will cast Pass Without Trace
Okay.
on all of us.
Yep, that'll hit everybody.
And I will tell the swarm to stealth mode. And I will get a
They
39.
just become normal flies. Mhm.
Yeah, I rolled 39 on my stealth. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go check things out.
Yeah. Miko, who's
And my stealth mode is 29.
Because
but-
Mal basically ceases to exist. Yeah. Just, yeah.
I
he's
can
gone.
if I go into a cat mode or something, I will do what Mal did it better though.
Yeah.
29.
Go be a cat. Go be a cat.
Okay. I will go ahead and go become a cat.
Okay. As you all make your way into the area, as I have provided the map for you all,
Yes, where do we come from?
you
Yeah.
come through the wall around M3 on the left-hand side. The room is actually the top of a shaft that once connected the fortress basement to a tunnel network below the basement. An elevator hoist is still attached to the ceiling and has frayed ropes dangling from it. 20 feet below the door, the shaft is impassably choked with rubble, or so it seems, because that's where you come out. Basically down in a broken elevator shaft. Not too far down, though.
All right, this is your chance.
So I'm actually going to go panther, not cat.
Okay.
I don't know where they are, but I suppose that we should just count to like 100 and then we go in. What do you think, Theo?
100 seems like a very reasonable number.
Okay.
I will tell you, though, in my time in the library, I also saw the story that was about a king of all lions, and there was a stampede there as well. It was very, very sad. Creatures called wildebeest. You never want to cross a wildebeest or have them cross you many times
Okay,
with
got
their
it.
hooves.
Mm-hmm.
Long live the king. While we're doing emotional trauma,
Yeah.
where would you, the forward scouts, where would you all like to go? Again, you are approaching the map from M3 on the left.
Do we see anybody or hear anybody in the M1 area?
Towards M1, I apologize, I have a number of tabs open right now. Torches illuminate a spacious chamber that has crates and boxes stashed in its corners. 5 stout wooden doors line the chamber's south wall. Soggy texts and scrolls lie in puddles on the floor. To the north, you hear an eerie chant made up of guttural croaks.
I'll relay all that through the psychic link. And then also through the psychic link to Niko. We want to just go straight in where the chanson's going, or go see what's on the other far side?
Make sure no one's going to ambush us. I mean, honestly, I'd rather go straight to the thing, but the smart choice, I have been told by many of my professors, would be to go. Make sure you aren't going to get ambushed.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Where are Impa and Theo in their counting?
They're based.
Doing it.
Oh, yeah. You tell, but you all can talk to each other. So with the psychic link, you're not out of range
I
yet.
suppose if you guys go straight into the thing, we could stampede the chanters. You know, we could be quite good at that.
All right, you know what? I like this plan. Let's do that. And I'm going to start to stealth towards where I hear the chanting coming from so I could get an owl's eye view.
Are you
Let's do
flying?
it.
Actually, let me see how high the ceiling is in here before I tell you. I'm like, are you flying? I'm like,
Oh,
also it's 20
yeah,
feet
we
high.
could have been
No, the
flying.
ceiling's only 10 feet high. No, this is kind of claustrophobic. The walls are damp and made of smooth work stone. The ceilings are 10 feet high. The doors are constructed of an especially heavy wood. The floors are work stone and covered with small puddles of water. And the sconces hold torches that have continual flames every 20 feet along the walls. As you two
I'm probably
approach,
doing like the owl thing, even though it's too low for me to fly. I'm doing the owl thing in where they go from tree to tree, tree to tree, except it's just part of the floor, part of the floor, part of the floor. Because I have silent wings, so flying doesn't make any more noise than anything.
As you look into the room there, in M6, globules of swamp water float in the air, their surface is rippling. A bullywug, sitting hunched with legs crossed, is partially hidden within a cocoon made of thin, tightly woven strands of mud. 5 bright stones buzz around this hunched figure like flies, and a runic circle crackles with the eldritch power on the floor below the figure. And he is the source of the chanting.
I relay all this to my friends.
So, nothing to stampede.
I don't know if you want to be stampeding over the runes, but you could stampede through these water globules or into these people, or
All right, got it.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff. I don't know. I don't like touching other people's runes on the floor. That seems unwise.
Is there anything to blow up?
DM, is there anything to blow up?
I mean, the scene is as described.
I mean, there's stuff. Depends on what you're bringing to the party.
Are there multiple? So can Theo see what Mal is seeing, or is this only Mal right now?
If you decide to move up, I assumed Impa and Theo were still kind of chilling in the elevator shaft.
I think so.
Yeah.
So Theo's essentially asking if there, are any clumped up enemies and the kinds of things that vicious lion wizards would like to utterly destroy.
So far, at least from where you've looked,
Just him.
the only living thing you see in here is Mergaxor. Which I think I've already shared a picture of this handsome devil with you, but I'm about to send you another one just in case.
Very handsome, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just to be clear,
who are we to judge beauty?
I mean, whomst among us, right?
Yeah, I mean,
in the eye of the beholder, so to speak.
Literally.
My problem with him is the fact that he wants to kill everybody.
He's got those beautiful rainbow luminescent
throat sacks.
throat sacks. But
Mhm.
who doesn't want the rainbow luminescent throat sack?
I mean,
It's a throatum.
Whomst among us
Whomst
has
among
never
us?
fallen for the wrong person because of the brightness of their throat sacks. I mean, yeah, don't throw rocks in glass houses, right?
Don't throw rocks in rainbow throat sacks.
Yes.
And just to be clear, the water globules and Mergaxor in his little cocoon are over the thing on the rune on the floor, the sigil on the floor. Okay.
He is sitting in the middle of that in M6.
Okay.
With the stones floating around him and globules of water floating around him, the braziers appear to be fixed on the floor. And if he's seen you, he has given no indication whatsoever.
All right, getting a little antsy. I'm ready to go.
All right, give us a countdown and we'll spring into action here. I don't know exactly what I could do to.
Theo starts out at 1, 100, 99, 98. Starts counting all the way down from 100.
Impa, realizing that there is stuff is about to happen, she's gonna cast spirit guardians around herself.
What do your spirit guardians look like?
Like identical Alfreds, just
a number of
hovering
Alfreds appear. Yep, exactly. They just look at each other and nod and look at each other and nod, and have their sword and shield and are ready.
Yeah.
This is my brother Alfred, and this is my other brother Alfred.
Both Niko and Mal, give me either perception or arcana, whatever is higher.
I'll be doing a perception.
As will I.
26.
26. Mal, you notice this layer of mud on him seems like it's moving also. It's like at first it looks just kind of like a cocoon of mud, but it is like moving and sliding all over him while he's chanting.
No.
I know y'all have told me about like those mud masks that you use when you don't have feathers, which I always thought was weird. He's got one of those,
Yeah.
like a living mud mask. Ugh.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Theo, count faster.
75, 74. And he starts accelerating.
The last thing, just before they come rushing in and do whatever it is that they're gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Searing Smite, which is a bonus action that just is I prep a melee weapon for an attack.
Okay, hold
Nothing
on.
will happen immediately, but as soon as everything pops off, I've prepped to cast Searing Smite when I break stealth.
Not now. Your intent is when you break stealth to cast it.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Then I will disregard that perception check to see whether or not he hears the verbal component of your Searing Smite.
Oh yeah, like
Okay.
Searing Smite, your
Mhm.
weapon flares with white hot intensity. So
Mal
like weapon at the
what?
ready.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is
Right.
just like waiting.
Perfect.
When Theo gets closer to the last 10
33,
seconds.
32.
Oh, okay, we're waiting. No, I'm just
Mhm.
Impa's gonna put her hand on Theo and just be like,
Okay, whatever happens, don't die.
and I'm gonna death ward him.
Is the are Death Ward and or Spirit Guardians both concentration?
No.
Perfect.
I've
Mhm.
never been death
Before
ward.
we went
Death Ward the
in,
Time Lion. Mm-hmm.
may I do something that before we went in?
Oh yeah. You've yet to launch your ambush. So
I would like to put freedom of movement on myself before I transformed because I don't want to burn my stuff without my preparation goodies.
So you can drop the pass without trace, but switch to freedom of movement.
Freedom of movement is not a concentration spell.
Oh, hey, perfect.
So yeah,
Yep,
I would
sure
put
can.
that on before.
Mm-hmm. Sure can. All right. So, all you roll initiative for the final battle against Murgaxor.
It's
All right.
final battle.
Hey, I actually rolled okay.
Right. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. All right.
Let us know when you'd like our numbers.
Yep. Give me 1 second here. Niko
11.
and Mal
18.
and Theo
12.
12 and Impa
2.
2.
That cleric initiative.
I mean, hey, you're not going last in this round. You're going first in the next round. Niko and Theo, still give me stealth checks. Or is it your intent to not be stealthy when you approach, when you come out of the
No,
elevator shaft?
I'm just being stealthy. So it's this should be on top of the other thing, not on my
Pass
stuff.
without traces plus 10.
But no, but it's on top of the panther, not on top of
Oh.
Niko.
Right. Yeah, no problem. No,
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, Impa and Theo is who I meant. I don't know if I said Niko, but Impa and Theo. Is it your
Oh.
intent to approach quietly out of the shaft?
I mean, he's
or
not
you
going to
Leroy Jenkins?
try. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
If Theo's not going to try, then neither is. Basically,
Okay.
letting them do their surprise, and then we're going in.
Okay. All right. But your intent is for Niko and Mal to have a surprise round is the objective, and then you guys jump in?
That's
Okay.
what we would like, yes.
Perfect. Niko and Mal, what would you like to do? Again, if he sees you, he's given no indication.
Niko, you want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
You go first.
I'm gonna fly in.
Unless you want me to go first. Do you want me to go first?
Mal, go
No.
first.
I'm good. I want to make sure because the bonus action I'm going to do is going to break my stealth as soon as I get there. So what I'd like to do is fly in so that I'm not touching the thing on the floor. Get to him. I'll stay flying. So if I have to do a flyby, I will. I'm going to attack him, and I'll start with the bonus action of casting Searing Smite at 3rd level on a sword.
Perfect. Go ahead and make your attack.
Okay, so I get 2 attacks. Here comes is he surprised?
If he sees you, he has not reacted.
Okay. So first attack is a 22 to hit.
What is Mal's weapon, for the record?
So I'm using the short sword of warning, which is
Okay.
why I had advantage on the attack roll, on the initiative roll. So it is a magic
Perfect.
weapon.
What's the offhand weapon?
That one is just a short sword, but I get 2
Good,
attacks with
good.
my main hand, and then my offhand will be the non-magical one.
Perfect. All right. Go ahead and roll your attack. Oh, you said 22, you saying?
22, yeah.
As you swing at him with the sword, he doesn't move or flinch. He doesn't stop chanting, and the mud around him moves out like a wall and absorbs the strike. But you can still roll your damage.
Okay, good, because a whole bunch of stuff is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the short sword is going to do 4. He is now my favorite foe.
You can't target him. He
Am
is
I-
not your favorite foe. You have yet to hit him and cannot target him.
Okay, I will target the mud mask.
Mhm.
I will make them my favorite foe. So they will take an extra 6 favorite foe damage, and then because I have Searing Smite...
Can you favorite foe an inanimate object? I'm asking, I'm not telling. I don't know if it says it has to be like a beast or a monster.
It
or
does say
something.
if you hit a creature.
It is not a creature.
All right, then I won't.
Mhm.
Okay, but it'll still take this fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that was this, and then something else is going to happen.
Sure.
Wow!
How
Wow!
much fire damage?
3. I rolled 1, 1, and 1.
Wow.
Oof.
At the start of each... Okay. Cause the target. So the mud mask is now on fire. Or actually, no. Yeah. Oh no, it is. At the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, target must make a Constitution saving throw, or else it's going to take more fire damage. So at the start of its turn, it's got to make the Constitution saving throw, or else be on fire. I don't know if an inanimate object can do that.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work on this.
Okay.
It's not a thing. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or
by
it is,
gathered,
which is the problem.
well, here's where things could get really weird.
Mhm.
The attack's target, this is my swarm. The posse is leaping into action. The attack's target must succeed on a strength saving throw DC 15.
You cannot target him. So they cannot do this.
Okay, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Shoot, because I was going to try to move him 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. So that was my first attack.
Mm-hmm.
For my second attack, I in the psychic link, I'm going to relay, oh, the mud mask is like a thing. And how close am I to one of the floating balls in the air?
They're all around his head. They're floating
Okay.
just right here around him. Mm-hmm.
Are they're inside or outside of the mud
They're
mask?
inside.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought there were balls like also floating.
They are, but when this mud like leaps out and is defending him, it's around those two.
Okay.
They're floating around him almost like ion stones.
I
The mud is just on him, and then it.
I got second attack, so I might as well. Can I target the ball?
You cannot.
I cannot target the ball. Okay. So I can only target him, but then I hit a mud
You
mask.
can't target him. Yep, you can't. He cannot be targeted by attacks or spells.
Okay.
But you can attack again.
Wash off the mud mask.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll attack again. Sure. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
That is enough.
All right. That's gonna be another 4. But I can't do any of the other stuff because I can't target him. So it's just 4, I guess.
And it definitely seems like it does not bite into the mud anywhere nearly as deeply as the short sword of warning did.
Okay. Well, no, this is still the short sword because I get 2 attacks with my sword.
Okay.
I haven't done an offhand attack because that was my
got
bonus action to do Searing Smite.
Oh, dig it. Then yeah, never mind.
So yeah. I'll be like, this mud mask sucks. And I'll say that out loud. In his face. And I'm
Niko?
done.
You're done? Okay. Huh. I cannot do magic from my panther form, so I think I'm going to transform back. And kind of take in the scene for a moment. and recalling what was said to me about, disrupting the ritual rather than him, I'm gonna kind of think about the different things in the room as we do this.
Specifically, you were told that it was two things you were told. The divination told you that breaking him was not the only way to win.
Right.
And then you were also told that yes, rituals are precise things. Disrupting the ritual, even if he's still alive, might stop what he's trying to do. Yes.
Right. So I'm just taking all of that into account as I'm planning my actions. The first thing I would like to try is to dispel magic, upcast dispel magic, to try and get rid of the mud mask.
Hold on 1 second.
Because it seems like it's some sort of animated mud.
Give me an Arcana check, Niko.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. I had a feeling. Not good. 6.
6? Yeah, nope. Go ahead and you can give it a shot.
If I do upcast, it should automatically dispel anything, though. That's an automatic success if you upcast it.
You have to upcast it higher than the magic that you're trying to dispel.
Sorry.
Like a level 4 dispel magic won't dispel a level 9 effect. Right, yeah.
No, if you cast it at 4th level or higher, you automatically end the effects of a spell on the target if the spell's level is equal to or less than
the spell's spell slot used. Yep.
Yeah.
What are you upcasting it to?
I was gonna upcast to 4th.
That is insufficient to break it.
But on dispel magic, you can make a caster ability check to still do something higher if the check is high enough.
You can try and roll it.
Try it. Do it.
So it's my spellcasting ability is wisdom, so just a straight wisdom.
Yeah.
With +5.
Natural 20.
Yes. Wow.
From the very beginning, we've only played with one house rule that a 20 always succeeds and a 1 always fails, even on stuff like this. So, yes, the mud dissipates from around him.
Yes.
And he stops chanting for a moment, turns and looks at you, and he says, I was going to let you live, but apparently you have to die now. And out of the ground, before Impa and Theo get there, you all hear a rumbling, and a very large clay golem comes up out of the floor. Like it is stooped and hunched, even here inside this 10-foot floor, and immediately goes after Niko. Niko, what's your AC currently?
My AC is currently 15.
You don't have access to shield or anything like that, do you?
I am double
it is
checking, but I don't
going to hit you twice
so.
unless you have anything. Okay. It immediately just rains down on you with its fist for hold on 1 second. Sorry, let me just check something here. Apologies, I need to look up something important.
How big is this golem?
10 feet tall because it barely fits into the room. It hits you twice for 32 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to give me 2 con saves.
Okay. First one is a 12. Second one is a 15.
You have your hit point maximum reduced by 16, Niko.
Ooh.
Like it is pulling the life out of you. And you see after it hits you twice, it sort of shimmers for a second. Like it just like it starts to vibrate. However, that is it. Well, hold on, actually. And Mergaxor himself, he points towards the door, and you all see an explosion of red mist that is exactly the same as what Demi did to you. And all 4 of you need to give me a con save.
May I use silvery barbs on one of those attacks?
Yeah.
As a reaction? Okay.
Sure.
So it needs to reroll one of those and use the lower roll.
Unfortunately, that is still going to be a hit. It's got a pretty
Okay.
chunky bonus.
I will have advantage on my next saving throw, though. So may I reroll that saving throw?
You absolutely can.
I got
That is a natural 20.
Some things are just meant to be. Like Niko's
So
beating the odds.
no 16, right?
Yes.
No 16-point reduction?
Yeah, no 16-point reduction. Yep.
Nice.
16 total. No, still 32 points of damage.
Correct.
No reduction of your hit
no
points.
reduction in hit points.
But everybody's got to give me a con save.
12.
Theo's going to use Chronal Shift to be able to try to re-roll this con save.
Mm-hmm.
Got a 5.
5. Mm-hmm.
7.
7.
Oh no, not again.
18.
18. Mal.
12.
Niko, you take 19 points of necrotic damage. The rest of you take 38 points of necrotic damage and are incapacitated.
I thought I had resistance to necrotic. That must be.
That is not accounting for any mitigation or anything.
That does mean I fall out of the air onto the ritual circle.
The Mergaxor just stands up and looks at all of you and says, "Look at that so easily. You all are undone. Strixhaven is doomed." This basically being the top of the first round, and quite frankly, Niko being the only one who isn't incapacitated, it is your turn again, Niko, as Mergaxor and this clay golem are here in front of you. And your
We don't get
friends are
saving
all...
throws on our turn.
It ends at the end of your turn.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Although Niko was actually first in the round, but it will end at the end of your turn, essentially. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use Rabbit Hop to get
Mhm.
out of the way,
Mhm.
which is a bonus action.
Mhm.
There are no opportunity attacks for that, so I'm going to get far away from the golem and the Mergaxor.
Mhm.
I will cast.
I
go ahead.
will say, all of you can see that both Mergaxor himself and these ritual stones are no longer defended by that shield. Mm-hmm.
As soon as I'm not incapacitated again, maybe this time I won't die. It's gonna happen. I got swords. Yeah.
I would like to cast Insect Plague centered on the stones above where Mal is, so that Mal is not caught in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send them as basically the scary version of fireflies, whatever the inverse is. I have learned from my friend Mal about how to make swarms work in formations. Yeah, but they maybe glow a little bit.
All right.
So they are going to fill a 20-foot radius
dire
sphere.
horseflies. Ugh, that's terrible.
The area becomes lightly obscured. The area becomes difficult terrain. Every creature, or I don't know how you want to make this work for objects, but it's 4d10 piercing damage on a failed save, or half on
here's
a
what's
successful.
wild. Swarm of insects and insect swarm are not the same thing in 5th edition.
This is insect plague.
Oh, insect plague.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. That sounds terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's really awful. Yeah. And I can get pretty far away from everything too. This is a 300-foot distance casting.
It affects creatures, so you can affect him, but you cannot
So
affect the stone.
you would not let that affect the stones. Okay, then I'll use something different if I can't use
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Now
Theoretically,
so sorry.
you can affect him and the clay golem. Theoretically, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, even though it's a construct,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna count
so
that as a creature.
here's the deal. Basically, everything I have that does damage only it only works on creatures. It looks like there's not
Well, he and Murgaxor is a creature.
right, but
Yeah.
I don't want to kill Murgaxor if I can help it, because I was told that it's not the only way. So I was going to try and attack the stones, but like,
But it is.
But it's
if
a
I
way.
but I wouldn't do that. Why
Okay.
would I kill people if I don't have to kill people? I'm a kid. It's not a thing I do. Bad people kill people. I'm not a bad person.
You travel with people to kill lots of people.
Actually, in fairness, I think Mal's the only person who's really. I don't know.
Oh,
Actually, I don't know
no.
about
Well,
Theo.
no,
Theo's
Theo.
future
Yeah,
is
Theo's,
dripping
yeah,
red.
he's sort of done some stuff. He's
But
done
you
some
know what?
things. Yep.
That's super fair. Like if you're looking to incapacitate, that's 100% fair.
Mhm.
So like if I was to cast a lightning storm, no objects in that area are going to take damage from it,
Let's
because
see.
it has creature damage. So if that's the case too, like nothing.
Yeah,
I
I mean there are
does-
some specific spells that affect objects. Yep. Lightning storm is not one of them. Although you can affect him, you can also fight the clay golem. The clay golem's not alive.
Well, if
These
the clay golem's
stones,
not
like-
alive, then it doesn't help either. Okay, so then let's.
What to maybe give her a moment to
Mhm.
think on that. The stones themselves, can you describe them one more time? Like how large are they and what position are they in?
They are 8-inch long cylindrical opals covered with delicate golden runes, and they're circling around his head like ion stones. One of you has an ion stone. Doesn't Theo have an ion stone? Yeah, they sort of like orbit him like little moons.
Okay.
I will cast Mass Cure Wounds and heal everybody up.
Perfect.
So it's going to be 3d8 plus spellcasting modifier. So that will be. I am rolling it. 23 points of healing for everybody.
Nice.
Thank you. Please.
Does that pull us out of the incapacitate, or
It does. It just ends at the end of your turn. It basically costs you a turn, essentially, what he does to you.
But that's
which-
nice.
Niko, Mal, Thea, and Impa, again, at the end of your turn, you do snap out of it. But at the top of the turn is his turn again.
And may I use my movement? I want to use that jump and my movement to get as far away and around a corner as possible here.
Yeah, let me look at the map again. So you can head back towards M1, or you can kind of like
Actually,
cut left or right.
this is Niko. Never mind. I'm fine where I am. Scratch that.
Yep. Niko's gonna scrap to the end. Perfect. Back around at the top, when he watches all this and watches you all snap out of it. Whoops, hang on a second. Sorry. You see, he just sort of looks and he says, Strixhaven sends children against me. I do not enjoy ending your lives. Yes, I do. And he stamps his staff, and a fist made out of solid rock comes up out of the ground. Theo, what is your AC currently?
13? I can be higher if I need to be.
Are we? We're like way off, and that still doesn't matter. We're all the way around the elevator shaft.
This basically no, you guys are close enough to be, because again, you only were going right after their surprise round, so you guys are in the fight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you tell me, would you like to raise your AC or not?
Might as well. I'm not going to use a lot of first level spell slots, so we're going to say it's an 18. Does that matter?
It does, because he had a 17.
Nice.
So this fist comes out like it's going to grab you, and the shield comes up and wraps around. The clay golem, unfortunately, Theo sees you doing this, and that gets your AC to 18.
Mm-hmm.
The clay golem is unfortunately going to hit you twice, and one of those is a natural 20.
Oh,
So, unless anybody's got a way to force him to re-roll that,
hey, your death
it is
warded,
the
man.
top. It is the top of the next round. I mean, reactions are
Theo,
back.
do you have your silvery barb still? Because I
Well,
used
he
mine.
just
I
he
just
just
used
shielded.
reaction to shield.
Oh, you shielded.
Mhm. Then you're gonna take this the hard way, Theo. Give me 2 con saves.
Impa chose the correct person to death
Only
ward,
a
that's for
12.
sure.
Only a 6.
Theo, you take 48 points of damage, and it drains the life out of you so that you cannot get it back. You feel it just come out of you and just soak into this thing while it's doing it. And Mergaxor just sort of says, this is almost worth the delay in my ascension. However, Niko, it's your turn again because you were. Oh, actually, I take the. Sorry, Mal. Your turn. Is your first. Sorry, I apologize.
Wait, so is Theo
Real
down?
quick, I'm up barely, but what
Mhm.
you're saying? I can't recover hit points forever. Like what's
your hit point maximum has been reduced by that
by 48?
by 48.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It is taking a chunk of your soul, Theo.
Got it.
I apologize. Mal is actually first now that you're not incapacitated. The initiative is the bad guys: Mal, Theo, Niko, Impa.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
I am not incapacitated, and he doesn't have his mud mask anymore, does he?
Correct.
No.
He is all fleshy and exposed.
Second verse, same as the first. I'm going to Searing Smite as a bonus action, and then I'm gonna get in his face, and here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
First attack is gonna be a 25 to hit.
More than enough.
All right. Can he be my favorite foe?
He can. You absolutely can target him now.
All right, here comes all the things. So that and that. So it's 4 of the piercing damage from the sword, 7 of him being my favorite foe, and my swarm being upset because you almost killed me again. Much better on the fire damage. 10 fire damage, which if at the top of his turn he's got to make a constitution, or at the start of each of your turns he's got to make a con save or take more fire damage. And then
none of this was necrotic damage, correct?
no, this was all magical piercing or magical lightning or magical fire lightning, light bug. It's all bug
counts.
damage.
Yep.
We're gonna try this again. I need Mergaxor to make me a strength saving throw, DC 15.
He does make that save.
All right, we'll try it again. Here's my second attack. That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
More than enough.
All right, he's gonna take 5 of the magical sword damage, 8 of the "you're my favorite foe and I really hate you" damage. Give me another strength saving throw. I want to move him so bad.
He makes it again.
All right, that's fine.
He does not budge an inch.
Then I will continue to stab him in the face while I am flying there, looking really upset. Except at least this time I have feathers, and I'm done.
All right. Great. Theo, I believe. Yep, Theo, it is your turn.
With so the rocks, I understand that they're floating around his head. Would they fit the definition of are they secured? Like,
no.
Could they be grabbed?
I mean, you would know this from your ion stone. It's not just a matter of just grabbing it and pulling it away. They could be damaged, but they can't just be yoinked. As you know, again, from your own ion stone.
I mean, we do have an Impa who's very good at yoinking.
But an
so
ion stone can be grabbed. There are rules that basically can let people actually target the ion stone. I am trying to use a spell. Okay.
You can. I mean, if
it's
as long
not
as
an
the spell
automatic
can target an object,
yes,
then yes, or target an object or damage an object, they can be targeted.
So Theo is going to, with his 2 hit points, he's going to stride forward and just menacingly, breathing is that all you've got? And then I'm going to use one of my favorite new spells, and you see that he starts kind of just almost pulling the air, and then he just slams down his fist, and a pulse wave lets out, and the pulse wave, any unsecured objects in that cone, which is a pretty big cone because I'm casting this up, I can pull any unsecured objects 15 feet towards me, and I'm upcasting that one time, so 20 feet towards me. So I want to pull all of the stones 20 feet towards me.
Does it damage them or just move them?
It damages the a creature that fails a Constitution save, but unsecured items come 20 feet towards me.
He does fail the save, and I will say all 5 stones do fly towards you.
Okay.
I'm assuming I gotta make the save too.
If you're in melee, if you're in melee range, yeah, but
I am.
Just put something in chat that I think is relevant here.
That's a natural 20 on my saving throw.
Oh yeah, you did well.
Which means I got a 20 because my Constitution saving throw has a 0, which is why every time that red mist comes, I'm like, ah.
So that is going to do 23 points of force damage to the creature, and then the stones are 20 feet towards me, which I'm going to be within 20 feet here, and I'm basically hoping that they're like there where I can use my interact with an object action to grab them. That I get for free.
Oh, hang on. I put that in the wrong chat. How many 23 points of force,
yes.
You say?
Force, yes.
Okay. Perfect. Hang on, let me just check one thing here about the relative grabbability of these stones.
While you check that, Theo, since I got a natural 20, do I take half of that damage and don't?
No, I'm gonna say you dodge it completely on a 20.
Nice.
I will say you can grab them. They're like 5 opals. Although you see, he turns and looks at you, and the golem turns and looks at you also, Theo.
And then, if I can speak a sentence, I am, or in the link, I'm just simply going to say, no matter what happens, get these stones, because I know that I'm about to die.
You haven't used your movement yet. Do you intend to run away?
No, because I want to be near the stones. I don't want them to be able to just walk back over and grab the stones easily.
Got it.
So
perfect. They do feel like they want to go back to him, but you have them currently. Excellent. Very interesting move. Niko, it is your turn again.
So can I just for clarification, can I use spells on the things or not? Because
now that the mud is gone.
Well, the mud was gone before.
Oh.
When I tried to use a spell on him. So I'm just trying to I don't want to break anything. I'll find other ways around it if I have to.
Hang on 1 second here. Sorry, let me just check something here.
That was I think page up. I'll put the page in chat.
Yeah, no, that's
what object are you trying to target now?
I was trying to get the stones with spells.
You're not going to get the stones now, hopefully, right?
You have you have them all in your hand now, so
Yeah.
I can't attack them at all. Okay, scratch that. Then it's fine.
Well, I mean, I'll say you could let him go as a free action, and she could try and blast him.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's fine with me.
Sure.
I mean,
have at it. Yeah, I don't mind. Have at it.
Well, so I used my insect plague already. So
well, you didn't. You said you didn't want to because
I used that spell slot level because I thought I couldn't use my big guns anymore. So but I can call lightning on it, and I can.
It's gonna be point blank here.
I accidentally rolled that.
Well, this is the challenge with this. They're objects. They can't make saves. They have an AC, but they can't.
Right, but that's why. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they can't save the things. You know what I mean?
On the positive side, because
I don't
we
know.
did that healing,
that's fine.
Theo's still
It's
alive.
fine. No, don't worry about it. It's fine. I will go in with a shillelagh.
We'll split the difference. Any
no, it's all good. I got something else I can do.
Any spell with an attack roll can go after them.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Then. Okay. It's a saving throw.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot
happening.
of chaos magic coming
actually,
in. That
Niko,
is.
look at the chaos.
I didn't know. Are we?
There's a lot going on.
You know, might as well. Yeah. If not now, when?
Okay. So at the beginning of my turn, I draw from nature and I heal for 5.
Right.
Then I what
Oh,
creatures
actually,
are
you don't have to do that other one. You don't have to do that other one. The 77, you don't have to do. Yep. Never
okay,
mind.
but the 88 who's close to me?
That's fine.
It's got to be a random one.
Yep.
So for the 88
It's everybody.
who's-
Here, we'll roll a d6.
Yeah.
It is going to be Impa.
Impa, you may now fly.
For 10 whole feet, Impa. Yeah.
Fly.
Yeah.
Pull a
The other one
Dumbo.
you don't have to do because it's being inhibited during the final battle would not be very interesting.
I will actually make a case for that other one, which is Niko's secret.
Yeah,
And
if not now,
so-
win. Absolutely.
If not now,
Yeah.
when?
Yeah, if
let's
not now,
let's
win.
make it
Literally, if not
instead
now,
of
win.
the thing.
Yeah, right.
Let's do the thing. So what's the save on that?
You don't have to save if you don't want to.
Okay, it's fine.
If you
Then
want, I mean, narratively, if you would like this to come out, this is as good a time as any.
Sure.
Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing.
Mhm.
No, the clouds above us part, and it reveals that there is a full moon. Niko did not plan well for this evening. It timed out poorly as she suddenly her fur changes and she begins to grow in size, and she transforms into a lion.
Mm-hmm. You see
Taught
it
her
have a
everything I know.
The question is whether or not I have control.
Leave it up to you.
Well, let's see.
I leave it up to you.
Above 10?
Sure.
Yes. Below 10? No.
Sure.
11.
Hey.
There you go. You hold but
I
barely.
will run in and pounce on the stones and start attacking them.
Have at it.
So if I move 20 feet and leap, the thing has to save on a DC 13 or be knocked prone. It is they can't be knocked prone. But
Right.
I will bite at it.
Roll it.
+5 to hit.
Impa is on deck, by the way. I apologize, Impa.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Hey, there you go.
And on that we do
Kidding me
double
right now.
damage, right?
You do.
In here.
Mhm.
This is.
So
Chaos.
We're
I'm
never
keeping this
calling it.
campaign log like forever.
I'm just gonna
because
assume
absurd.
that thing is destroyed, right?
Maybe
No,
not.
maybe not.
Give me,
Yeah, so-
It is a
it is
magic
relevant.
item.
Mhm.
So-
So the damage is
It is not a completely defenseless stone.
We are not ever calling a show
it's actually-
chaos.
no,
Ever
never
Probably
again.
shouldn't. No, there's not. No,
Ever
this has been the swingiest of swings. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's a 12 plus what did I say?
Is that it doubled or no?
That's the two rolls.
Perfect.
12 plus 3, 15 points of piercing damage.
15 points. You put a gigantic crack into it. Also, shout out to Elisa Marie in chat. How you doing? You put a giant crack in it, but it doesn't break, Niko.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Anything else from Niko?
No, that's fine.
Impa. Again, there is Morgaxor, who is beat up. There is a clay golem, which is unharmed, but is in the process of steamrolling everybody. A giant stone fist that was reaching for Theo, but is still up in there. And you have these 5 stones, one of which Niko is successfully nomming on currently.
I figured the stones are not able to get to because she's all over them. So I will think about
she's all
this.
over one of them. There's 5.
I think Impa would believe that all of this magic is coming from one source, so attack the source.
Mhm.
So Morgaxor is going to take a guiding bolt.
Yes.
At 4th level. So let's go
Alright.
5th level. Let's do this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Do it up.
Okay, I am not rolling this on D&D. I haven't gotten more than a 12 today. So I'm going analog
I
here.
mean, you're due for a 20. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that is not bad. So that is a +7. So that would be an 18 to hit.
That is enough. Barely, but it is enough.
Okay. And then that will be
The damage you might want to roll on D&D Beyond. Just
yeah,
for
that
ease.
I will. That I
Mhm.
will. 26 points of radiant damage.
Perfect. And he lights up glowing with advantage for the next person.
Yep, yep.
All right. What's up with your
And
spirit guardians? He has to
did-
come near you, right?
Well, did I lose them because I lost a concentration spell? So.
Well, I guess when you were incapacitated, you would have lost them. Yeah.
Yeah, I figure.
Mhm.
So that will be my that's all I can do because that was a spell and I got bonus actions, but they're spells. Okay.
Perfect. Unfortunately, this brings us back around to the top.
Mhm.
And Theo, you've got his 5 stones. Mergaxor points at you and just says, I'll make a cape out of you. And, ooh, what is your AC? Well, would you like to put your shield up, Theo? Is that a yes? Okay.
I think
You
he's
are
muted.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was muted, but yes.
He holds his hands up and red beams go crackling outwards. And the first one does break against the shield, but the second one does blast through and zaps you, Theo, for 21 points of necrotic damage.
Oof.
So what are the rules for instant death again?
Does Death Ward help against that?
Yes, Death Ward will help against this.
Okay.
2, this thing in particular will not instantly kill you. That boil blood thing that hit all of you, that could instantly kill you. This won't. But yes, Theo, you would drop to the ground and come back with 1 hit point in a blazing flame of glory immediately.
All right.
And
That's what Theo does.
he turns and looks at you. Theo, give me an athletics check.
I'm also still in Mergaxor's face, so he's trying to do all of this looking, and my head just, what? What? You forgetting about me?
24
What?
on the athletics check.
Theo, that stone hand goes out to grab you again, and you get out of the way of it again. And apparently the fates are with you now, young lion, with your 1 hit point. As the golem comes and punches, but hits your shield twice. Can't quite break you down.
Oh
and you hear Mergaxor starts yelling something in Bullywug that does not sound very pleasant at all.
And then Theo is just going to retort back, and he says, "Be wise."
Oh my god, that's a callback! Holy cow!
That is. Wow.
I'm old.
Wow.
I'm old.
I was about to say, man, 1992 called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mal, it is your turn. As you see, everything is pouring it on to Theo, who has the stones.
Yes.
Or at least has the stones in proximity to him.
My friends have the stones in hand, and I got the sword to go after this guy. And this guy I have advantage against because of guiding bolt.
He's lit up with the guiding bolt.
Wow. I rolled 2 7s for a 14.
That is not enough. You swing and swing, Mal, and you see that he just moves out of the way and just looks at you and says, "You have so much more to learn."
Yeah, but not a lot, as my second attack is a 24.
That is enough.
Okay, so I cast Searing Smite at 2nd level this time, so here we go. Because that was my bonus action. So the sword is only going to do 4 piercing damage, magical piercing damage. My bugs are going to do 6 more damage. The Searing Smite is going to do, wow, really? 5 fire damage.
Okay.
And you know what? They took his stones away, so I'm not going to try to move him anymore. I'm just going to do another D6 of damage. My bugs are going to go on in, so add another 2 bug damage to that.
Okay. You're really bugging me. And you see his tongue lashes out and grabs one of them.
You know what? I will honor him by naming another one after you once you're dead. Also, I totally forgot I needed him at the top of his turn to make a Constitution saving throw DC 15.
He does make it.
Okay. On a successful save, the spell ends. Okay. So that's all, and I continue to be in his face with my sword.
Perfect. Theo, it is your turn. 1 hit point with the world against you here.
All right, so I guess I was going to say it's going to be totally irresponsible not to drink a potion, but I don't think a potion is going to actually keep him up, and so therefore he is going to. You see that Theo cast Expeditious Retreat and takes off running with the stones. And he says, "This is a tactical retreat. A tactical retreat. It is not fleeing in cowardice. I want everyone to understand this."
You go! Run! It's great!
On the map, Theo, tell me which way are you heading towards? You're up in M6. So you're heading towards which way are you going?
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get to the map real quick.
No problem.
I'm in M6, so I am going to. Oh goodness.
M3 is where you came from, back towards the tunnel.
Definitely going to M3 then.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
You're noping out of here. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else from Theo?
No, that's it.
Retreat?
And then he is just he continues to just like roar like really defiantly and everything, and says, "This is just the smartest thing to do, I assure you."
Niko, it is your turn.
So Theo, you took the stones?
Well, theoretically, you still have one of them in your mouth.
Yes.
Right. But you have the rest, Theo?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to sprint after you in my lion form.
Okay.
With the stone that's in my mouth. When I get to wherever you stopped running, can you drop the stones for me so you're not on them?
Up to me, Dave.
Yeah, I'll say it's dropping them some free action. Sure.
Hang on, let me just see if this is going to work before I do it.
Same thing. If it's something you can target or is just general damage, it can work. But if it's something that's save based, it won't work.
It's flaming sphere. So if I ram it into
flaming
stuff,
sphere doesn't have it. Yeah, it just does damage, right?
It does. No, it does have a dex save. So you do an attack. It's a saving throw versus the damage.
You know what? We're amongst friends. The stones can't dodge. Go ahead and do it.
Okay. I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast a flaming sphere, and I am going to ram it into the stones.
Perfect. Go ahead. Roll the damage for me. Yeah, roll the damage for me.
Okay. So when it appears, they're not going to be able to move, which means they are going to continuously take 2d6 damage because they're not going to be able to go anywhere. And then as my bonus action, I will do an additional 2d6 damage. I'm going to say you guys can get down the shaft into the tunnel before you do this, because otherwise the golem's just going to come around the corner and punch your face off. So prefer not to have that.
Yep.
So that is where did that go? Where did my log go? Come on. So that was 16 points of damage.
The one you'd already bitten shatters.
Awesome.
And the other begin to crack and burn, and you see Mergaxor clutches at his chest like, "You don't know what you're doing."
I am far away, so I don't see that I'm hurting him with this.
Anything else from Niko?
That is it. And I will stay there, keep the flame where it is. So at the start of their turn, wherever you want to put that, they are going to take additional damage.
You're gonna keep baking. Perfect. Impa, what would you like to do? You're still in there with Mal and Mergaxor, the golem and the stone hand.
Just getting a look at understanding him. Do I get the sense that maybe through an Arcana check I could? Never mind. I'm trying not to meta. Okay. I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna.
But Impa's a very learned girl, so she might put together whatever you're putting together.
Basically, understanding his magic of life suckingness, like is I'm trying to figure out if necrotic energy would hurt him.
Give me either Arcana or Perception.
Are you kidding me? I'm not using DDB anymore. That's a natural one.
Oh,
You're 1,000% sure it won't work. Nope, there's no way, no chance.
Okay,
Not
great.
possible.
Then we're sticking with what works.
Mhm.
And I shall do another guiding bolt.
Perfect. You can roll it
Um,
analog.
Yeah, I'm rolling it analog. I'm so sick of that. It's a 16 to hit.
That is exactly what you needed. Was a 16.
Oh,
Exactly what you needed. Yep.
All right, so that'll be. Come on, give me good. 24 points of radiant damage.
I need you to know he had 23 hit points left. Tell me what it looks like when Impa drops Mergaxor.
Impa just looks at everyone, looks at the situation, and just says, "All right, Impa, this is it. This is your moment. Go!" And the light just surrounds him and just explodes.
Alfred is just like,
I join Alfred.
right.
I'm hearing clapping. What are we clapping for?
The stones crack and pop inside this flaming spear and shatter. The moment you kill him, the golem turns and looks at you, Impa, and reaches out its hand and just melts down back into mud. And so does the stone hand. And Mergaxor is defeated, and you all are triumphant. Brava. Brava, brava. A lot of complex mechanics in that fight. I apologize. When you arrive back at Strixhaven, you do so to a hero's welcome. Word quickly spreads of your bravery, of what you've done. The word quickly was spread by a very shy Minotaur who got particularly chatty when he woke up and was inspired to tell
There's
everyone
like
what was going on.
Blown dirty dancing moment when I get back.
Who-
Rabbit hop. I've had 4 years of cheerleading practice. I'm
right.
very good at being
Right.
precise in my leaps and.
And there are people cheering for all of you and shouting your name, and you all are brought back to a hero's welcome. The year continues uneventfully. Now, without Mergaxor's interference, the wild magic dies away, all the chaos passes, word spreads that you all saved everyone's lives, and you basically never pay for another meal or anything else and have front row seats everywhere for everything for the rest of the year until the day of graduation, when you are going to graduate with honors. My question for you is, what happens to you all after graduation as you make your way out into the world? What do you do?
I can go first.
Yeah, go.
Okay. Mal came to Strixhaven to change his life, to get away from being the one who is, doing the things to survive. And he got a chance to do some pretty amazing art. And he fell in love. He met some awesome friends. And then he also learned that, those old skills can come in really handy sometimes. And you know what? That Mergaxor was working with people. And so Mal's going to go on tour because he and the Light Posse are fantastic performers, like whole light shows in the air. He goes from town to town, planes hopping all over the place, putting on amazing performances for all sorts of people, charges next to nothing, a pittance, just enough to make it to the next town. Hopefully Xanther comes with, and if he does, maybe then after the performances, when Mal goes hunting for those people who are hunting him and his friends at Strixhaven, the two of them will make contact with some of the less above board people that Mal knows, and start looking for those people who are going to hurt his family.
Just start collecting Auric blood mage masks, huh? Just stacking them up everywhere.
Just
you can
on the
find 'em.
wall. And every once in a while comes back to Strixhaven and still passes along all the information that he got while he was out on tour.
Perfect. And yes, young Master Bowen absolutely would come with you on this adventure. You promised you'd show him sickles someday.
You know what? I feel like now when we go back, when trouble breaks out, we could protect each other.
To the very end.
To the very end.
Who wants to go next?
Yeah, Impa will go.
Mhm.
Impa, after all that she had been through, she has made so many ghostly friends on this campus, especially Alfred, who cannot leave this campus. And Impa vows to become a Lorehold teacher and stay on campus and become an actually useful teacher for when this all happens again. She'll be ready.
Impa, I need you to give me 2 D20 rolls. You can do it digital or you can do it analog.
Oh,
Actually, give me
gosh.
3. Give me 3 D20 rolls.
Oh gosh, come on, don't be dumb. Okay. All right, those aren't bad. What do I give you?
Just straight number.
Okay, 2, 15, 18.
You finally beat Rampart in a best of 3. His I rolled 2 6s and a 19.
Nice.
So finally edged him out, but they're not a sore loser, you know. They're gonna need to rethink my strategies. Perfect. Anything else for Impa?
No, that's it.
Perfect. For the flocks, kids.
I'll go. I'll let you go last if you want to,
Okay.
Niko.
Sure.
So Theo is, was really thinking about a similar path to Impa's, but then that's going to be really weird if he says that right now. And so,
I mean, if that's
so-
what you do, that's what you do, man.
no, actually, because he has an epiphany that after all of the time that he spent reading books and just living in the library and never thinking about enjoyment or anything else, just academia, nonstop. He basically has a real abrasive reaction to that after this ordeal, and he decides that he is going to get out and experience life. And so essentially from there, he puts down the studies and he goes and he creates an entire compound community where people can come, and it's all about learning still, but it's not about any of the institution. And so he blasts all that away, and people can still come and learn. He establishes an oral tradition, and he just is really, really reactive to all the structure that schooling brings, and decides to do something in the other direction.
You know, Melwithorn was also kind of not one for the system. I mean,
Free spirit.
do you
I did not want to assume anything, because that's very wrong for someone to assume and not make sure that there's consent involved there. But if she would like to accompany in that kind of lifestyle, then absolutely Theo is all for it.
I mean, she's a child of the forest, a certain flower-covered, constantly surrounded by butterflies dryad absolutely would be happy to come with you on this grand adventure.
A whim away, a whim away, a whim away.
Legally distinct. Which brings us finally to the lion herself, Niko.
May I build onto your school, Adam?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
That's the next mini campaign.
So we can
Flocks
hook it up
Academy.
with Alindra's academy, and it can just
That's
all
perfect.
be one big
It is.
academic person. I think we all just want to go back to college. Is that
That's it.
what
It's like those are the right. That's the USC to the UCLA though. Like you get together those uppity elves every once in a while. You got to play some Mage Tower, show them what's what.
Cat is saying flocks you. I love it.
I'm
Flocks
good
you.
with flocks
Flocks
you.
you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I
Niko builds out onto Theo's school, a safe haven for lycanthrope young folks. like herself, who may need to learn how to control it. So using the teachings of druidic magic, which is the reason that she learned how to wild shape, was to try and learn to control her lion form, which she ultimately did. So that is the school she builds out, is essentially a druid circle for lycanthropes. Within that, she also starts exploring more and more into the Fae, the Archfae, who set this up and caused this condition for her, as a trick, and eventually goes into the Feywild to confront that Archfae along with her friend Drajimir. Now, their relationship did not last too long after college, as many university relationships do, but they stayed friends. Drajimir, I think, went and opened a pajama factory, and part of Niko's whole new look was all about like comfy activewear that was effective in fights, and also really great for shapeshifting. So
I mean, comfy
Love it.
combat activewear is something I could get behind.
right.
So there you have it. Thank you for joining us for Strixhaven Chaos. Again,
Thank you, B.
Strixhaven.
Walters.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you so
there's-
much for running this. Yes.
There's one other thing that we should probably say, which is you came on as a guest, you joined us as a player, you took over as a DM. We're gonna miss you.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. Hey, you never know when I might turn up. I am infinite and eternal. Like I said, the constraints of linear time and space finally caught up to me, unfortunately. But come back.
The important thing is you're taking care of yourself, and we like being able to play with you, and if you don't take care of yourself, we can't do that. So
Yeah.
we're really proud of you for doing that.
I appreciate that. I don't like to think in terms of human limits, and yet.
We
but-
like having you around, and that means you being healthy. So
Mhm.
we love you, and you're always welcome back.
Well, I
Mhm.
appreciate that, but here's the
We're
thing.
here.
Here's the thing. Don't think of it as losing a B-Dave so much as gaining an Alicia Marie.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yep. So
Yeah.
again, before I turn it back over to Adam, thank you. Great run. Loved it all. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to bring my lucky boy to life, and now to give these fascinating students their trip through Strixhaven University and sprinkle them out into the multiverse. For whatever fate has in store for them. But now that means it's time to move on to the next story next Tuesday. So I turn it back over to you, Adam, to
Absolutely.
get us out of here.
Thanks so much again, this incredible cast. It is always a pleasure and an honor, and just incredible to play with all of you. Thank you so much to all of the viewers out there for going on this 8-week journey with us. Really became pretty attached to these characters. A lot of fun to play. So it's been really, really great. Thank you so much for that. Join us next week for episode 0 of Children of Erte. We cannot wait for what's going to happen with that. It is going to be so much fun. Ran by Deborah Ann Wall, from the mind of Deborah Ann Wall. She's got such an incredible world planned, and we just know the iceberg's tip of it. Can't wait to see that unfold in the coming weeks and months. It's going to be just such an incredible time. So join us for that right here at the beginning. It's perfect time to jump on. And flocks you, flocks all of you. We love you.
Wait, what?
And
We said
Flocks
what we said.
you.
flocks
Yeah.
you.
Flocks
Flocks
you.
Yeah,
Right.
that's it. Thank you so much, and we will see you later, Gators.
Bye-bye.
Bye.